Welcome to another episode of Drunk Guys on Chick Flicks, the podcast that doesn't negotiate with terrorists. Terrorism.
Terrorism.
I'm your host, Matt, and with me as always is your co-host, Garrett.
I'm Garrett. You just slow-moed the word host. You were like,
Host.
I like you, man, but you're crazy. It was one of those.
Garrett, how are you today?
I'm good, man. Snowy.
Yeah.
Snowy outside.
Snow day for Dad.
Not for
this dad.
Not for this dad, though.
No, for this dad. Garrett, what are we watching today on this snowy evening?
We're going to watch 2004's Little Black Book.
And now, Garrett, why are we watching Little Black Book?
Because you won some bet at some point.
I won the previous bet, previous to the holiday bet, just so we're clear.
Not for the movie The Holiday.
No, the holiday that was Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The movie that was for the holiday Valentine's Day. That's
it was also named
after
Valentine's Day. Yeah. This movie was requested to us by @Brie Teresa Vega on Twitter. So don't say we never gave you anything.
Here you go, Brie.
Here you go. This is for you. The movie is directed by Nick Horan, who has directed movies such as Remember Me? ? There's actually a question mark in there. Girls' Night, Virtual Sexuality, Undertaking Betty, and It's a Boy-Girl Thing.
Do you think Remember Me could have been like, Remember Me?
I'm curious.
Instead of Remember Me?
Well, I'm wondering if it's Remember Me and in like a rom-com kind of way, or like Remember Me in like a vengeful sort of way. Vengeful like thriller kind of way.
I'm hoping it's the latter.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, we're never going to watch it, so who knows?
One can dream.
I've never heard of any of those movies, by the way.
Never in my life, no.
Virtual Sexuality.
I also
sounds like a banger.
I also very vaguely remember this movie. I don't have a clear recollection.
What, Little Black Book?
Yeah.
I remember it existing. I've never seen or known anyone who have seen it, except for Brie, apparently.
Who hasn't
seen.
I know that's Brittany Murphy. It's the only thing I've ever known about this movie.
For sure.
Who is in this movie?
Well, hang on, I'm not there. Written by Melissa Carter, who has written no other major motion pictures ever.
Great.
And Alyssa Bell, who wrote this, The Sleepover, and Vegas Vacation.
I love Vegas Vacation.
Sure.
Holiday Row.
No, that's not a question. I'm just curious as to why she wrote that and then almost nothing else afterwards. Right. Anyway. You done? This movie... Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Mm-hmm. This movie was stars Brittany...
Jack over the candlestick. Whoa.
Movie stars Brittany Murphy, Holly Hunter, Kathy Bates, Ron Livingston, Julianne Nicholson, Stephen Tobolowsky, Kevin Sussman, and Rashida Jones.
Rashida Jones?
Yeah.
This is like pre-Office, Parks and Rec.
Well, I mean...
I Love You Man, right?
Oh, by a long shot. This is 2004.
Yeah, so this is very early Rashida Jones.
Yeah, I mean, this is early Kevin Sussman, too.
Kevin Sussman, who I most notably love from Wet Hot American Summer.
Of course.
Incredible.
Is he one of the indoor kids? No, he's not one of the indoor kids. He's just the weird kid who causes the theater
who
to shake.
Who thinks he's doing telekinesis or magic or something, yeah.
He's also in Big Bang Theory. He's a pretty major character on that, so good for him.
Is he the guy who owns the comic book store?
Correct.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
I've seen it. Stephen Tobolowsky is, of course, Ned the Head from Groundhog's Day.
Mm-mm.
You don't know that one?
Mm-mm. I mean, I know the movie. I don't know.
Ned? Ned the Head?
Nope.
Needle Nose Ned?
Nope.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Wow. Anyway.
We just had Groundhog's Day in real life.
We did. Did he see a shadow?
Did not see his shadow.
Good. That's good for us, right?
I think that's good for us.
I don't know how that works.
I think the made-up holiday reflected the groundhog that just sat there and definitely didn't see or not see anything that he
did or didn't.
Just how long can I stretch this out? Yeah, I don't think he saw his shadow, so I think that means short winter.
Cool. Need that. Need short winter.
Days like today, though, right?
Just snuggled up at home.
Sleet storm.
Nom.
Well, I walked here, but
good for you. Second return for Brittany Murphy for us. She was in Clueless.
Yeah.
Kathy Bates returns from
Valentine's Day last week. Yeah.
I think those are the only returns for us, right? Rashida Jones hasn't been in anything yet.
No.
Ron Livingston has not been anything. I don't know. I think those are the only 2 returns.
Yeah, no Holly Hunter. There might be other like ancillary cameos and stuff, but yeah. No, that is funny that this is the second Kathy Bates movie.
Where she plays probably a minor role.
Well, and it's her from a week ago. Like that was like the
right.
first one, you know.
One after another.
Yeah.
Just Bates.
I can think of a number of other Brittany Murphy movies I'll probably have on the list. Like Just Married.
A number? Well, yeah. Just Married was one that I think was supposed to be early on. We
Uptown Girls is one that I've been told we need to watch.
I'm sorry. I remember Just Married being like on the list, and we were like a second away from doing it and being like, oh, we can't find the movie. Oh, guess we're not doing this.
Oh, yeah, we did. We did abort like last second.
It was supposed to be like movie 4 or something.
Yeah. Well, I think Uptown Girls should come before Just Married, though.
Uptown Girls is her and
Dakota Fanning.
Yeah. She's like plays her nanny or something, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I actually think I've seen that one.
I definitely haven't. Definitely haven't. Do you have any trivia for this movie?
So there's like 3 points of trivia on IMDb. Well,
there's pretty like limited cast in terms of notoriety, and the creators, like the director and the writer, like clearly have no other. You know, I found that throughout so far, the better trivia has been with more established, like actors, actresses, and directors and producers and all that stuff.
Yeah, I would imagine that's probably true. This is basically the 3 points of trivia that I have here are basically just naming cast members who I haven't named before.
You're like, this is a movie.
It starred people, and it existed in a space. Okay, so apparently the 3 points of trivia that I have here are the feature film debut of Dave Annabelle, who I don't even know. Feature film debut of Gavin Rosdale of Bush. Love Bush.
Do you?
Yeah, come on.
Name a Bush song.
Come Down.
Okay.
Glycerine.
Got it.
Yeah.
You win.
Okay. And the feature film debut of Yvette Nicole Brown.
Who is awesome.
Awesome.
That's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully she has a decent sized part. She's so funny.
Yeah, she's great. I love her. She was also on, like, the Odd Couple remake with Matthew Perry and...
really?
And what's his name from Reno 911? I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Dangle.
Yeah.
John Lennon.
Yeah.
James Lennon.
John
Lennon.
No.
James Lennon. Tom Lennon.
I was like, I don't think it's either of those.
It's Tom Lennon.
It's Thomas Lennon.
Yeah. Okay.
John Lennon. James Lennon. Definitely not John Lennon. Yeah, that's literally it.
Okay.
We're doing this solely because I want to make our fans happy, and someone actually requested a movie.
Yeah, man. If anyone requests a movie, we will just do it.
Yeah. I mean, it may take us a couple weeks just to like fit into the schedule, but we will just do it.
No, we'll drop everything and we'll do it.
Yeah, we have
we'll double release an episode in a week.
Just 2 times in 1 week.
Daily.
No,
daily.
That seems like a lot because you're not editing them, and it just takes a long time. And
are we doing this?
no,
are we?
This isn't a shaming thing. I'm just saying, like. Oh, speaking of editing podcasts, and well, that's a horrible segue.
That was really terrible. We were recently on a podcast. Is that what you're trying to say?
I was trying to get to there.
We were recently guests on another podcast called The Great Movie Draft. We mentioned it. Matt mentioned it at the beginning of last week's episode. These guys have an awesome format. It's really cool. It's like a fantasy football draft of
different movies
genres that fit into different genres, and they have guest judges on every week, basically decide who wins. And last week, me and Matt got to decide for their rom-coms episode, which was awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was for their Valentine's Day episode, which was nice. I mean, that was nice. And Jackson, Matthew, and Mike, right?
Yes.
They're great guys and really funny, and we had a great time.
And we would love to have them on our pod. So hopefully,
if we ever decide to do guests or not.
five voices in this room.
It'll be great.
It'll be great.
All right. So, what are we drinking?
Yeah, you're just skipping right ahead.
I just really want to watch this movie.
So I'm actually stoked for this beer because I've had it before and it's awesome. We're drinking Evil Twins, The Check Please, the double dry hopped Black India Pale Ale.
Because Little Black Book, Little Black IPA.
Little Black IPA.
It actually does come, like most of those craft beers come in the pint sizes now, and now this one actually comes in the little can like they used to. So little can, little black.
I love how you related that, but like we're both kind of mad that they're 12 ounces.
I'm a little mad that it's a 12 ounce.
Right. Come on. Give it a pint. Yeah, just make it a pint.
And it's like not even like a high ABV. Like it's 7. It's a very regular.
It's a really good beer though.
No,
it's like a couple months ago.
Yeah. I think I had it at your apartment.
I'm sure that you did, yeah. Oh, but I also love that you could like, if you were ordering it at a bar, you'd be like, oh, I guess I'll have the check, please.
Dad jokes.
And then I'd laugh like that and get kicked out of the bar.
Would you laugh like that?
Yeah, I mean, I find him
I feel
doing
like
it
you'd have to. I mean, right? Yeah.
after a dad joke like that, of
sure.
course. All right, so all that's left really is the bet. So I've got a bet for you.
Okay.
Like, very cursory research into this movie reveals that she goes through her boyfriend's phone.
Not okay.
Played by Ron Livingston.
Not okay with it. Don't love it.
And that she like kind of retraces his steps through like all of his ex-girlfriends or whoever he sees in the phone or whatever. So my bet for you is, Matt,
Garrett.
how many ex-girlfriends does she
Investigate?
like? I'm going to say encounter. So I want it to be either like goes and sees or like talks to on the phone or whatever, but like not just like names she sees in the book. That doesn't count. It has to be people she actually has some interaction with.
That's fine. I was going to say, because that seems like a weird arbitrary thing to have to do. Like, oh, well, she saw 4 names. Who knows if that was a girlfriend or not?
No, I want it to be something that we have to count throughout the movie. Makes us pay attention.
Okay. You go first. You lost. You're just a big old loser.
I'm going to say 4.
Fuck, that was going to be my number. Okay. I'm going to say 3.
Okay.
I really think it's 4, though.
That's really funny.
Shit.
Why? Just from looking at like the cast list?
No, not even that. I just feel like that's like an even number to like split up among like amount of time that it's in a movie.
Among a 2-hour movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. So
3 feels a little light and 5 seems a little long.
5 does seem long. I agree. That's actually exactly kind of what my logic was there. Like, I think pacing wise, she can hit 4.
But you got to bet first because
I'm a pathetic loser. Is that what you were going to say?
I wasn't going to. I was going to try and dance around it, but yeah, mostly.
I appreciate you dancing.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
All right, so we're going to go watch this movie, and we're going to drink The Check, Please, from Evil Twin Brewing. If you've seen the movie, keep listening. If not, pause us here. And as always, we're sorry for whatever happens next.
And we'll see you on the other side.
And we're back.
Hi, guys and gals.
And we're back.
We're back.
And we're back.
Okay.
Wow. All right.
So we just watched Little Black Book from 2004, starring Brittany Murphy.
I'm in a state of confusion
Yeah.
to some degree. However, I don't know. But you know what? Broad strokes, how'd you feel?
It's hard to say. I can attest that it's probably not a good movie. I mean, it's definitely not a good movie. But I didn't hate it, but I also just don't know how to feel about it.
I think it's a slightly above medium movie. It might even be a medium movie.
Just a very medium movie.
I definitely liked parts of it.
Yeah, there was something to it.
I was engaged.
At certain parts, she's very charismatic.
Yeah.
And then at other parts, I'm like, what is happening?
It had a lot of elements that fucking caught me, but I
kind of feel like the movie didn't know what it wanted to be.
Yes.
It just kept trying to be different things at different times.
Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna broad stroke say that I kind of liked it, but didn't love it.
Okay, that's
you.
I would say medium. I would say medium.
You're medium,
but maybe above medium, but medium.
Yeah, right. I feel like we're in a pretty similar place with it, but
at first when we were starting to get into it, I was like, this might be Made in Manhattan. This finally might unseat Made in Manhattan.
Oh, I didn't have that inkling at all.
Just very at the beginning because I had no idea where it was going to go.
Right.
And then as the movie progressed, I'm like, oh, you know what? I can relate to this person, and oh, this is kind of an interesting premise, and then all of a sudden things kept turning and turning and turning, and I was like, where is this going? Where is this fucking going?
Too many turns.
Too many turns.
It's like they're turning the wheel, and they're turning the wheel, and they're turning the wheel, and then the wheel's just spinning, and the wheel's spinning.
No one has any control.
It's out of control.
And we're just spinning out.
It's just gone.
You got to turn into the skid. You never turn in. You never turn away
well,
from
no,
the skid.
You pump the brakes, right? You don't just lean on. You don't
Because
just
you don't
press on the brake.
Right.
And
You
then,
got to turn in though.
And then eventually you hit a snow mount.
Hopefully gently. Hopefully.
So let's do the beer real quick, and then maybe we'll do 3 sentences. Does that sound good?
Whatever you want to do.
All right.
You're the dad.
So we drank Evil Twin Brewing's double dry hopped Black India Pale Ale.
It's called,
Check Please.
Yeah, the Check Please.
I loved it.
It's
I
great.
loved it. Yeah,
It's
I've had it before. It's smooth as shit. It's so smooth.
Black IPAs are a very tricky beer because like you don't want them to be as heavy as a stout or a porter, but like you want them to have a little something more than the IPA itself.
I feel like you want them to be smoother
Right.
than like a stout or a porter. And,
Right.
And this was that.
It was. I mean, you still get like the coffee notes to it a little bit.
I can only think of two others. There's like a Shipyard one.
I don't know the Shipyard.
That's fine.
I know the Garvey's Point.
And then there's a Garvey's Point one called Nightcap, which is
Which
killer.
is actually my favorite black IPA ever. I'm not a black IPA person.
Yeah.
That is my favorite one. This is a close second, though. This is pretty good.
Yeah, really good. Strong
7%,
recommend.
7%. So, like, did the job, but, like, it's a 12-ounce can.
But it only comes in a 4-pack, so, how far could we
A
get?
4-pack of a 12-ounce can, that's not, I don't love that.
Give me 6 12-ounce cans. Or 4 16-ounce cans.
16-ounce cans. Either way.
Or just like 2 40s, you know?
Just a couple 40s.
Like,
For some shodies.
can you imagine 2 40s of this beer? Just hilarious.
I would probably be drunk. Blackout drunk.
I'd for sure be sick. Like, I'd for sure be dying.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah. All right. You want to do 3 sentences or less on Little Black Book?
Get down with your bad self.
I asked you.
No, well, I'm right. You and I just right back to you.
Was get down with your bad self your way of saying yes? I'm going to right now, Garrett?
No, I was saying, hey, get on with it. You do you first.
I thought it was more like a keep on keeping on.
Keep on trucking.
Like I'm gonna do.
We're gonna truck.
Why are you talking about trucks?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
3 sentences.
All right, 3 sentences or less. Here I go.
Here I go again.
Ladies, what's my weakness? Man. Okay, then. All right.
Actually, just girls. What's my weakness?
I'm sorry. Girls, what's my weakness?
Man.
Okay, then. There you go. All right. Brittany Murphy is aspiring to be a news anchor and is in love with the person she thinks is the love of her life. 1.
Mm-hmm.
He goes away and leaves his
Palm
/phone at the apartment that has a lot of information about ex-girlfriends and whatever in it. 2, in her attempt to get to the top of the TV show that she works at, she is digging into these stories about his ex-girlfriends and ultimately finds out that they may not be meant together. To be together. Meant to be together. Meant together. They might not meant together. 3.
Okay. I feel like there's a large part of the story missed out by that.
Yeah, 100%. But there are too many turns.
It's almost impossible.
There are too many turns. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes Matt with his 3 sentences or less on Little Black Book. Go.
Brittany Murphy believes that she is in a loving, committed relationship with her boyfriend who goes away on business. 1. While he's away on business, she is starting a new job that's in reality television, and the topic of little black books comes up too. While investigating a story for her job, she starts delving into her boyfriend's little black book and seeing parts of his past that she has not known about, nor has he shared, and their status in the relationship comes into question. 3.
That was way better than mine.
I'm really good at things.
You're fine.
I still missed a lot.
You're a human that exists.
I still missed a lot. Like a lot.
Yeah, there are too many turns. Yours was way better than mine. Like you hit some more stuff.
Thans.
Still not nearly all.
Still
of this
not
movie.
nearly enough.
Like this movie is so there are too many turns.
Too many turns.
Too many turns. Do you want to do bet? Or you want to keep bet for later?
No, we'll keep the bet for later for now. Later for later for now.
For later for now.
For
now and laters.
For like before, but for later for now.
Do they still make now and laters?
Is that the like kind of
it's like a taffy
candy?
Do they still make that?
I would imagine they probably still do. They were never my favorite. You get those in the fucking your like Halloween bag, and that's like
I like all the candy, man.
Yeah, I get it.
Man,
I like all the candy.
I like all the candy.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
You want to talk? Just let's talk about the movie.
I mean,
I really like.
Is that
Brittany,
what we do on this podcast?
I really like Brittany Murphy. Can I tell you?
I love Brittany Murphy.
I think she's charismatic. I think she's relatable. I think in certain parts of the movie she was kind of phoning it in, but that may have been the movie's fault, not hers.
She did the drama like a bit. Like she did it pretty well.
Well, let's talk about the drama because the movie goes back and forth from being like a slapstick comedy to kind of a romantic drama.
Yeah.
And then like I don't know, a satire on reality television as well.
Can I say the drama throughout?
Kind of took you out.
No, not even. I was going to say, and we can get into the plot in a second. The drama, I don't think was ever the drama.
The Johnny drama.
The Johnny drama, brother of Vincent Chase. Johnny Vincent Chase drama.
Half brother of Vincent Chase.
Is that real?
Yeah, they're half brothers.
I never knew that.
Oh yeah, man.
Wow.
They share the same mom, not the same dads.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm what you would call an entourage-iac. It's an entourage maniac.
I hate you. God damn it. Okay, so
God damn.
So, what I was gonna say was the drama. There's been a 3-minute thought now. The drama never seems to really even be that much about the romance, like the real drama when the music gets dramatic and whatever else. It seems like it's all about her just realizing that this isn't the romance for her and that she's kind of like lost, still trying to figure it out in some way, or that her plans are not coming to fruition because she's all about plans. That's a recurring theme, right?
Go ahead.
But I'm saying like that seems to be the drama. Like, yeah, sure, there are sad moments where she's realizing that the drama's not for her, but like I'm saying, like the actual drama to this is like spoilers, when she runs into the ex-boyfriend at the end, right? And he's like, "Oh, that's my wife over there," and she's realizing like she plans and plans and plans, and you know it's not.
Hey, tell God your plans, right?
Man.
You want to see God laugh?
Man plans.
Tell him your plans.
God laughs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
If you want to see God laugh, tell him your plans.
But so Brittany Murphy is in this movie. She plays Stacy Holt.
Yes.
And she is like an aspiring
journalist,
like television
journalist.
She
wants to work with
Diane Sawyer. That's like her
more
dream.
than anything.
That's her dream. Well, there's that flashback where she is laying on her bed with her friend as a teenager, watching Diane Sawyer in braces.
They nailed the makeup for that. She looks like a teenager.
Like a teenager in that. I mean, I think Brittany Murphy just looks super young. I think like in this movie, they were just trying to make her look older the whole time. Like they're like, okay, Brittany Murphy's in this movie. How do we make her not look like a teenager?
Yeah.
For that scene, they were like, oh, some fake braces. For the rest of the movie, they really
fake braces and a ponytail. Got it.
They really struggled for the rest of the movie, I think. But she aspires to be that, and then I actually liked. Like the way it was shot and the tone of it was kind of weird to me.
I felt like the way it was shot was kind of TV movie-ish. Like it wasn't professional. At
times. I think it was just a weird style. But like in the beginning, one of the things they did that I actually liked was they flashed through her boyfriends. And there's like 8 guys that they like flash through, like and then it ends up on this guy Bean. His name is Bean. And
which was Dave Annabelle, which was the guy I said that was like his.
And we were like, "Who is that? I don't know
who the fuck is this guy?"
Yeah. So she's with him. That's the college boyfriend, and then she breaks. It cuts to her breaking up with him at the end of college. Like, hey, like I just like can't let you get in the way of my life, essentially. And he's like, "How do you know this isn't the biggest mistake of your life? You know, how do you know we're not meant to be together, whatever?" And then he walks away, and that like fucks with her head because she has a weird look on her face, and her mom takes the picture, right? And that sets the tone, I think, for like a lot of the actual dramatic scenes later on.
The mom's played by Sharon Lawrence, by the way, who wasn't a part of our initial rundown of characters.
I do remember her from NYPD Blue, actually. That's funny.
Me too. That's how I remember her too.
I thought she looked familiar.
That's so funny. And Rizzoli and Isles, obviously.
So here's the thing, like it starts off on that note, right, where she's like seems freaked out about like, oh, maybe I did make a mistake. I don't know what my life is going to be, whatever. And then it just like flash forwards to like her meeting Ron Swanson, who like in the narration she says is Mr. Right, and like she's
Ron
like
Swanson?
Ron Livingston.
Ron
Oh
Livingston.
my God, Ron Swanson.
She meets Nick Offerman
Yikes.
in his Ron
She
Swanson
meets
guide.
Ron Livingston, and that's just one of those names that anytime I say a Ron, I'm never gonna not.
It's just
say
gonna
Ron
be Swanson.
Yeah. But she meets Ron Livingston, and like it kind of like flash forwards through like their relationship, and
Well, they say that they were together for over or close to a year.
right, and
She's like, that first year with him was great.
and she's like living with him or whatever.
I'm not positive about
We
that.
never see her place.
Right, that's
We
true.
only ever see her in his
But
place.
when he leaves, he says, "Are you sure you're going to be okay here alone? You just have to walk my dog."
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's up in the air. We
Unclear.
don't know.
Either way, they're super close in their relationship. They're far along in their relationship, and it kind of flash forwards through that. Like even like we don't get like a meet cute with them or anything. It just kind of like you see them at a bar together really quickly, and that's it. There's no
You're right.
actual context to that scene beyond that.
We should focus more on meet cutes, like
Meet cute.
Meet cute. Because there was none in this, like almost none. You're right.
Yeah.
It just blows right by it.
Yeah. Oh man, to go back to Valentine's, I'm sure there's like a number of meet cutes in Valentine's. There's actually
They blow by.
Valentine's Day was almost nothing but meet cutes.
I actually would disagree because you never see the meeting of half the characters.
Yeah, but you see like
Ashton Kutcher and Jennifer Garner don't meet. They're already old friends. Anne Hathaway and Topher Grace are already dating.
all right, never mind.
You're welcome.
You get Jessica Biel and Jamie Foxx, though. There's a meet cute.
There's
there.
a meet cute there. You're right.
All right. Anyway, this is not last week's episode, Matt. We got to keep going. This is entirely unprofessional.
I just feel like you started this.
Listen, lean away from the mic for a second. This is ridiculous.
I just feel like you went down this road.
You do this. You're the one.
Get out of my house.
And we're back. So
Garrett still hasn't left my house.
so there's no meet cute to them, right? It just kind of flash forwards to them. But like the movie goes from being kind of dramatic with her at the end of college, like it's this quick explanation, but it's this dramatic thing where it's like you see like she might have screwed up her plans or her life's plan or whatever else, and then it just cuts to like romantic comedy, and then it's romantic comedy
For like at least 30 minutes.
at least an hour. Like the next hour, I would say, is her with him, and then he's going away, and then he leaves his phone there.
I will say they don't do a good job at like painting him in a good light. Like
I don't think they make him seem like a monster though. I
no,
think
no,
he
not
seems
at all.
like a
But
decent dude.
they leave question to it. Like he leaves, and then she finds out that he's still kind of in contact with all of his exes in a weird, slick way here or there. So like, I feel like they mean to make you think that there's like a possibility that he's cheating on
like
her.
he's conniving or
Right,
something.
right.
Well, I think they purposely do that because at the end, it's like he makes it clear that he wasn't cheating.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he's actually like he might be misguided and he might be like omitting things which like in probably in an inappropriate way. I'm not saying like a lot of what he does is like excusable because realistically, if you're like seeing your exes, let alone like 2 or 3 of your exes, even in just like a harmless social setting, like
No such thing.
well, but I'm just saying, like, if you're like running into them or if you're like platonic or whatever, like to not mention it at all to the person you've been with for like a year or over a year is like, that's a lie. It's a lie. It's definitely a lie by omission.
It's unresponsible.
Unresponsible?
It's irresponsible. Shut up.
It's impossible that would be responsible.
That's impossible.
Oh man, we don't have enough Simpsons references. There. Said it.
There's one.
Count it.
Count it.
But yeah, I mean, he definitely omits quite a bit. So he's
Right.
not like, he's
Which
not
is-
a great boyfriend.
Which is actually a line in the movie, isn't
Yeah,
it?
she says it. She says omission is betrayal.
Yeah.
I don't think omission is betrayal. I think omission is a lie sometimes. Like you can lie by omission, but I don't think like it's necessarily betrayal.
Well, now we're just getting into ethics and
No, but like I think that was like a decent chunk of the movie, and that was honestly something I was flopping back and forth on.
with the whole situation of the
Like
movie.
throughout a lot of the movie, I was like, is he cheating? Is he like even if he's not cheating, is he an asshole?
Before we get into any more of the movie, I need to ask you one singular question: Is Brittany Murphy in the wrong by looking into his phone?
I think she crossed a line.
Okay. I think she is 100% in the wrong. I'm not saying what happened after that is her fault. or like even like that she's out of line for going down that rabbit hole once she gets the inkling. But I think that she crosses a major line, and that makes her, I don't want to say immoral.
No.
I don't like that she looked into his phone.
Well, so let's consider the context in which she looks into his phone.
Okay.
Right? She's just curious at that point. She doesn't have anything to go off of other than the fact that he dated Lulu or whatever the model's name is.
I also want to backtrack for 1 second because I'm realizing. No, I'm sorry. I'm also realizing that he invited her to look into his phone.
Yes, he did.
That
says, is true. Oh, you actually pointed that out as we were watching it, which to me was like, oh, that's their way of making her seem like she's not crossing.
Right. She has an out
line. Right. But before she even looked at the phone, she went through his box of private stuff.
Right. That's true.
Which, if it's his place, is super inappropriate. If it's their place, it's
also
still
super
pretty inappropriate.
But in a different way. It's inappropriate that he kept those things in their place.
Yeah. It's so funny. There are so many questions here. Yes, 100%. I think if you have like a box of Mentos.
The
Fresh
Fresh Bake.
Yeah. I think if you have a box of Mentos just chilling.
Well, I mean, I would imagine that's probably just,
that's because you feel
hygiene and
you probably feel like you need fresh breath all the time. In which case, like, who are you seeing?
Fresh goes better. Mentos freshness.
Fresh
goes better. Mentos fresh and full of life.
Mentos fresh and full of life. And then the guy gives the thumbs up. He's got a Mento in his mouth, but he's got like the Mentos in his hand while he's giving the thumbs up.
Or like Futos, and it's Dave Grohl, and it's the Big Me music video. Yeah. I feel like we've gotten off track.
We've jumped. So many turns. As many turns as this movie.
So many turns.
So, yeah, I think it's inappropriate that he kept all of that stuff. Like printed photos of him with like other girls. Like
it's
girls
still early in the 2000s. Printed photos are allowed.
I guess so.
But he kept them.
With
a weird, probably smelly cast.
Yeah, why did he keep a cast?
You got really upset when she pulled down that box.
That is so
and you were like, why is that in there?
What? Like, imagine how bad. You ever have a cast? You ever wear a cast any reason?
I've never broken a bone.
I've never broken a big bone. I've broken small bones, right? So I've had like little hand casts on and shit. Mm-hmm. Even just the hand cast. When you take that shit off, do you know what the inside of a hand cast smells like? Let alone an arm cast.
I'd imagine feet. I'd imagine kind of like feet.
Worse than feet. Stewed feet.
Stewed feet.
Feet that have been placed in a stew and allowed to stew a bit. Disgusting stewed feet.
Stewed feet.
Foot stew, if you will.
Foot stew.
Are you saying footstool or footstool?
Both.
Nice. So that was fucking weird that he kept the cast.
And it was weird for her to go through it.
He had a bunch of other stuff. Bob, I'll forgive. He got Bob with the ex-girlfriend, and then he,
Bob's a dog. He doesn't know any better. He's just a dog.
Like Bob was his, and like, it's like,
right, but his with another girl.
Yeah, but was he supposed to give Bob away forever? And
no, of course not.
Like, that's messed up.
But I'm saying, like, you can forgive Bob because he's just a dog. He doesn't know any better. He's
like a really cute big. Was he like a mastiff or a pit or a mastiff pit?
I believe a mastiff.
He's like a big old dog. He's a cute dog.
He's just a big old dog.
I like Bob quite a bit. Bob might have been my favorite character.
Was Bob your favorite character?
Why are you doing that?
I'm just trying to do the Holly Hunter.
That's like, it's not a great Holly Hunter. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's not bad.
No,
it's pretty bad.
No, it's bad.
No, it's bad.
No, I was trying to think of the word, and you nailed it. Bad. Bad is the word. Bad is what that was.
So, well, it's kind of me segueing to bringing Holly Hunter into this conversation.
But wait, we're not done talking about the like whether or not she was wrong. So she was wrong.
Right. Well, I guess you're right.
So I think she was wrong to go in the box. I don't know that she was wrong to go into the phone, although he did kind of invite her. Although she was like probably going to get into that phone anyway because she was so curious. It was eating her up.
But didn't know it was there until he called and said, "Hey, I need you to go through my phone."
Hey, by the way, conveniently enough, just go through my phone.
Also, even in the early thousands, you forget your phone at home. You're not freaking the fuck out.
Yeah. It was a Palm.
It was a Palm.
I was confused as to whether or not it was like a phone and a personal like organizer.
It was definitely a Palm because it was pretty much a Palm commercial.
There were several moments where there were Palm commercials.
Oh, you want to just send me that app? Oh, you didn't know that? You can
they don't call it app. Oh, this is like a totally new program. Oh my God, can you send it to me? Yeah, if you put your phone next to me, you can just beam it to me.
Beam it to you.
That was a thing. I remember that being a thing.
I just remember being like, is this real? And you're like, no, this is a Palm commercial.
It's so funny if it's like, yeah, you can just beam it to me. And they're like, wow, that was so quick. And they just look into the camera and like, wow, wasn't that convenient?
Isn't Palm great?
just glaring into the camera. The only fourth wall break the entire time. Yes, it was great. So Palm. So, I don't think he did invite her, but then the extent I do this all the time, right? Like what if moments that would have just ended the movie.
Right.
What if she just did the rational thing and waited a couple of days for him to be home to ask him like, hey, like, I got kind of crazy and looked through some stuff. Like, can you tell me what this is about? But no, she like stalked the model.
Oh, Garrett, how many people did she stalk?
Shut up.
How many people did she stalk?
Matt won the bet. There were 3 ex-girlfriends that she stalked. Matt won the bet.
Matt won the bet.
He's dancing.
Matt won.
He's clapping and dancing.
Matt won the bet.
The chair's shaking. The room is shaking.
Oh my! I still won the bet though.
Matt won the bet.
She stalks down 3 girlfriends.
Right. So this is where she crosses the crazy line. Where like if she had just chilled, there's no movie, and I understand that there's no movie. However, like a rational person, like even if you had gotten a case of the crazies, you just confront at a like a reasonable person time. Like maybe the next time you see him a couple days later, like
just like an advent of the cuckoos. I get it.
An advent.
Advent of the cuckoos.
I'm not familiar with the reference. Is that a?
No, I was just you were saying like if you got a case of the crazies. I said an advent of the cuckoos.
I'm not.
Just like
an advent calendar.
Just like the Gagas.
Like there's like a piece of chocolate for every day. And then like it's Christmas, right? And then like and then there's no more chocolate because it's Christmas. You ran out of breath. I win. So I don't know. Anyway, so she tracks down these exes, and that's the crazy shit here. She tracks down the model. The model's like, oh, we did it too much. We had too much sex, and I was cheating on him, so that's why we broke up. Fine, right? You could forgive that. That one like wasn't crazy, other than the fact that he had said like, oh, there were problems in the bedroom. That's why I'm not dating that model anymore.
Right. So he lied.
He did, but like that
was a little white lie.
That seems like a forgivable lie because you're not going to be like, maybe he didn't want to be like, oh, she cheated on me.
We just fucked too
much. She cheated on me and I'm ruined from it.
Right.
Maybe you know what? Maybe that's an easy lie, right? And then the second one, who is played by Rashida Jones, who she like pretends to have pretends to have warts because she thinks she's a podiatrist. Yeah. She gets there and she realizes she's a gynecologist and gets a full-on vagina exam.
Much to everyone's hilarity.
It was like a pretty funny scene.
It was a pretty funny scene.
There was one really funny moment in that scene where as she's realizing that it's in fact a gynecologist, and then she kind of just like goes with it and allows herself to be examined. The Rashida Jones character is like, wow, look at that cervix.
Dr. Rachel Keys.
And what does she say? There's a nurse that's like, she's like, she has like an older nurse with her in the room. She's like, wow, look at that cervix, Nurse Kislovsky. Yeah. And the nurse leans in like approvingly, like, oh wow, oh wow, oh geez,
good on you.
But then she digs into the Rashida Jones character a bit, and you find out that
you find out that he got Bob the dog with Rashida Jones's character,
right? Which again, you like can't like necessarily condemn him just for that, right?
Absolutely not. You're not gonna get rid of a dog just because you've broken up with someone.
And then she's like kind of it makes it seem like she's kind of threatened by the Rashida Jones character because she's like a doctor and she's written books and she has a vitamin line that she's making or whatever, and she's like super educated and all that shit. But then she's like, oh, I saw that picture of you, that dog. And she's like, oh, that was taken like 2 weeks ago. And then you realize, there's his lie with her.
Right.
He saw her 2 weeks ago because she has visitation rights with the dog.
Right. Which he never tells her, though, which is weird to me. That is weird to me.
That is a weird thing. Like, they've been together for over a year, and he's not like, oh, by the way, like, I got this. I know it's not ideal, but I got this dog with an ex, and, like, she really loves this dog, and I feel like an asshole keeping this dog from her. Whatever the rationale would be.
All you got to do is have a conversation. That's all you got to do.
It's just one conversation.
It's not a weird conversation.
No, it's certainly a weird conversation, but also like, and I would also say it's still not like a totally like it's still not a total lie of like condemnation. You know what I mean? Like you're not totally damned by that lie.
I also don't think it's a deal breaker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's not like it's like I think if a reasonable person found out about that lie and then the reasonable other person was like, Yeah, I knew it would be really awkward. I'm so sorry I didn't mention this to you. Like, you know,
you think so, even at that point in the relationship, he's got an out? Like, he can come back from it?
I think so. Like, if it's like very clear that he's not like cheating on her and there's no romance there anymore, and it's just like, listen, like she was a nice person and she really loves this dog, and like I didn't want to upset you by letting you know that like sometimes I let her see this dog. You
My
know?
dog.
Legally Blonde callback, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm taking the dog.
Jennifer Coolidge herself is in the studio.
I want to see my dog.
Dumbass.
Dumbass.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So then that's fine. So then it's the second girlfriend, and you're like, man, she's really digging deep on these girlfriends. And then finally, the other one that she knows about, Joyce.
Joyce? Hello, Joyce?
Joyce, what are you doing at Joyce's house?
Oh my God.
God, Just Friends is like should be my number one. It's not. It never will be. But it's so good. Joyce is a chef, right?
At some like prestigious restaurant, I believe.
Is it her restaurant or she's just the chef?
I'm not. I believe she's just a chef at that restaurant.
And it's very clear that Joyce is the only girl of these past three girlfriends, and out of the four of them, really, including Brittany Murphy, that
Ron Livingston is taken home to his
Ron
parents.
Livingston's Derek has
Derek
has ever brought
What have you done, Derek?
has ever brought like to see his parents, right?
That's like one of his rules in the relationship.
He's like, I don't bring
girls to see my parents. Right.
And she's like hurt by that, but like she's fine with
she
it because
should.
she thinks it's his rule.
She should be though, because in the end, spoilers, when it all comes to a head, he goes, "Well, she's different. Why is she different, Derek?"
Yeah, but also like just has like
and has no response to that question.
Like, have you ever like not? Have you ever been
loved
reluctant?
Somebody so much it made you.
But like, I can't imagine being in love with a person and not being like, all right, we gotta go. Like, you gotta meet my mom, and my dad, and my sister. And whatever.
Well,
like,
my parents are nightmare people. That's not true. They're very sweet. They're very, very sweet.
All parents are nightmare people, Matt.
Yeah.
But you bring
You always
the
bring 'em
ladies home.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
Unless you're paying for them.
that's different.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying that's absolutely different. You never bring those home.
Are you? Is this?
I love my wife very much.
I don't.
I love my wife very much. I love my wife very much. I love you, baby.
She doesn't listen.
She's never listened.
That's why it does not listen to us. Nor does Matt. Intelligent hookers. Is that what you were getting at? You were getting at hookers.
Yeah, hookers. That's what I was going to try. That's the nail I was trying to drive home.
To eliminate any ambiguity whatsoever, Matt made a joke about hookers.
What were we talking about?
I don't know. I said hookers so many times. So
we're not even at her job yet.
no, but we're at Joyce. I don't care about her job though.
You have to. Two of the main characters are her jobs.
We're at Joyce.
All right.
Last girlfriend. Joyce is a chef. And the thing about Joyce is, she's, like I said, she's the only girl he ever brought home to see the parents. And Joyce is charming and really sweet and normal.
And has similar interests to him. Like,
yeah.
They're both hockey people or whatever.
And Brittany Murphy really hits it off with her. They become friends.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
What is the deal
with
Joyce?
Joyce?
With Joyce over here? Is she a friend? Is she a lover? Is she both?
All of the above?
So, like, she really endears herself to Joyce, and that's different because the other two is kind of passing, and the other two are kind of obnoxious, right?
Rashida Jones isn't bad. She's
like pretentious, but she's a little pretentious
and
also,
opportunistic.
you know. And like Lulu is like they make her.
Well, she's
seem
a
like,
nightmare person.
like nightmarish in many ways.
She's a nightmare person.
But Joyce is like the turning stone, right? So anyway, we haven't talked about her job yet, right? Her job is she's an associate producer with the KippyCon.
The KikiCon.
KippyCon.
It's like a daytime television show. It's essentially like a
Jerry Springer.
A Ricky Lake, Jerry Springer type thing.
Do you think those are like national?
Jerry Springer is definitely national.
Okay.
Ricky Lake may have been a weird reference for me, but Jerry Springer, everyone.
Maury
Povich.
Oof, so good.
But like kind of with like an Oprah twist to it too, because it feels like Kippy. It feels like Kippy wants to be legit.
Yeah.
But like that the behind the scenes isn't letting her. Stephen Tobolowsky, what a douchebag, right?
So he's like the actual producer. He's like one of the head producers.
He's the producer that's actually like trying to get her fired and all this kind of stuff, like behind her back. Not
trying to make her look old, trying to embarrass her.
Not Brittany Murphy, Kathy Bates.
Which, like, that was actually a thing about this. Like, so the producer who's trying to, like, unseat Kathy Bates, who plays Kippy Khan, the talk show host.
Right.
Second Kathy Bates movie.
Oh, right in a row, too.
Yeah, we mentioned it in the intro, but.
Did we?
Yeah. So he's trying to, like, unseat her, but it's through, like, it's through
deception.
Well, no, like he leaks a photo of her without makeup to the Inquirer, right? And it's like,
oh, and they know that it's recent because she's got some flour.
Yeah, but like it's not like scandalous. It's just her like without makeup and like without a wig.
Well, the whole point is that they want someone younger for the position.
No, I know, but like, what's the scandal there? You know what I mean?
She old, Garrett. She old.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like that is something that didn't stand out to me. Like it was like oh, okay, like she's just older. But like, you know, and when he's doing the close cut of her face so she looks old and it shows like a piece of tape like holding a wrinkle back or something. I don't know what it was.
I didn't even realize that's what that was.
But I'm like,
that makes so much sense.
Okay.
All right, I guess.
I would like to draw the court's attention to the case of Betty White, who's super old. And we fucking love Betty White. Why is the age thing like, I don't understand why that was like a scandalous thing in this movie.
Put it out there. I love Kathy Bates.
I also love Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates is great in everything she does.
Yeah, I'm just like Betty White's like way older than Kathy Bates. I'm just saying why was that the movie they made her look old.
The movie wanted to take a stand on that.
She's on her way out. What?
The movie wanted to take a stand on the fact that they wanted someone younger and whatever. Like if that's the reason for him undermining her. But the problem with that I had is that it really had kind of no basis on the entire movie.
Yeah.
Like in the long run. That's like a weird underlying plot point, but it
I agree.
Never has anything to do with it.
That's a turn that never matters.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Because in the end, she doesn't get ousted for Brittany Murphy's character or anything. It's just she just hosts another show.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. That is really funny. It has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
So, but all right. So Brittany Murphy is like an associate producer at the show, and they're meant to come up with all these concepts. And whoever comes up with the concept that's used for the live show during sweeps week usually gets promoted from associate producer to producer. It's a big deal.
Also, she's fresh on the show. She's brand new. She just meets her friends, Ira, played by Kevin Sussman, and Barb, played by Holly Hunter.
Right.
Barb, they become fast friends, and Ira, they're pretty friendly. I would imagine, like you would say, they're pretty friendly, right?
Yeah, I think they're enablers. They kind of encourage her to like dig into his phone and like
they
go
indoctrinate
through
her
pants.
into like the real the reality TV kind of like experience,
right? But they're trying to get her to like creep on her boyfriend's shit and like get like you have to know everything about him. Go ahead. But again, a reasonable person would be like, yeah, when he gets home in a couple days, I might ask him about these ex-girlfriends.
Sure,
if it bothered her, you know. But she kind of gets like pulled into it by them.
Do you want to get into the big twist of the movie now?
Yeah, hit it.
Okay. So I did not like. I kind of had an inkling at the beginning, but I had no. For some reason, I was still upset when the turn happened, and you find out that Holly Hunter fucking betrays her.
Yeah, Holly Hunter, evil mastermind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Like, when it happened, I felt like we looked at each other like, oh shit, something's about to go down.
Oh yeah. No, it's actually like I really didn't see it coming. You said you like kind of felt a hint of it.
I just had a hint of it, like not because they displayed anything, just because like wouldn't it be crazy if she turned on them.
Yeah, it's actually not. So it turns out that Holly Hunter has been pushing her to investigate all these girlfriends, and basically like she has kind of used her show connections to entice them all to come onto the show for various reasons, like a cook-off for the chef, a model spotlight, or like a what is it, like a bulimia spotlight or something? A bulimia
spotlight for the model, and like promoting the doctor's vitamin and book.
And her book and whatever else. And like so, Holly Hunter's behind all this and has orchestrated a scenario where they're all pushed onto the show, and it becomes about Brittany Murphy digging through her ex-boyfriend's phone and stalking all these ex-girlfriends.
All at Holly Hunter's behest.
All, yeah, but real secret, real on the sly.
I actually thought I kind of felt like this turn was going to happen, but Kevin Sussman was going to be the one to do it. because he was so desperate to advance, and he's like, these are the people who do it, blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden you see her like in the background stealing other people's shit, like not like actually stealing other people's shit, but stealing ideas, and like she's got a very cold demeanor towards her job,
Right.
So like it doesn't kind of come, now that I'm thinking about it, it doesn't come out of nowhere,
Right.
but you expect it to come out of Kevin Sussman instead of her.
I didn't expect it out of Kevin Sussman either, and I thought it was even more like treacherous or kind of evil of her
To steal not only her story but Kevin Sussman's idea.
It was Kevin Sussman. The little black book,
Right,
was Kevin Sussman's idea to begin with. He says it in the beginning meeting,
in like the first 20 minutes.
Yeah. But yeah, Holly Hunter's doing it, and it's weird because Holly Hunter, like, they skirt this line with her where by the end of it, right, where like Brittany Murphy walks out of this huge reveal where it's this Jerry Springer showdown of all three exes plus her plus Ron Livingston, who's brought out onto the show.
Poor guy.
She talks to Holly Hunter in the back room, in the back hallway, on camera still, but Holly Hunter's like, "You're gonna be fine.
Right.
Like, you're gonna move forward from this. You're gonna be totally fine." Like this presented itself, and I could not, and it was weird because it was like it was her magnum opus.
Well, yeah,
right?
that's what I was gonna say. At some point, she looks like this is like some grand art experiment.
Oh,
she
she's
like
standing on a desk,
Yeah.
and like she's like stretching and
This
like
is
convulsing.
real life happening, and I'm like, what is? It's a reality show.
And before it happens, she's like hyperventilating, and I'm like, is she that nervous? And then you realize it's because she's about to fuck Brittany Murphy over.
I right when you were like, is she hyperventilating? I was like, well, it's her first live show. That's probably
You were
something.
like- you were
I was
like,
trying to defend her.
Come on, Garrett, be understanding.
Yeah, exactly. And then you find out what's happening. I'm like,
She's a real person with real feelings.
Oh.
Yeah, that reveal was crazy. When Ron Livingston comes out and he's like, "No, I'm not seeing this person. No, I'm not seeing this person. No, I'm not seeing this person. I'm not cheating on you. I've never lied to you." And then she's like, "Omission is treachery," which I still think is like not accurate.
Well, there's
right?
also like so many of these like deep quotes throughout the movie. What does the movie open on? Doesn't it open on a Shakespeare quote?
It opens on a Shakespeare quote that's basically like hell is empty, all the devils are here. or
Right,
something.
exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like weird, deep moments in this movie. The movie doesn't like have like a tone. It like shifts between so many tones.
It shifts between like deep drama, romantic comedy, romantic drama, romantic dramedy, dare I say? So Holly Hunter at the end of the movie, I think, is like weird evil genius, but I don't hate her. I don't think she's.
I kind of do
devil.
hate her. I kind of the second this all happened, I'm like, she's the villain of this movie. It's over.
Yeah, who saw that coming? Oh wait, no. And you know what I want to get back to? When
don't.
Ron Livingston's out there, and he's talking to them, like talking to her, and he's like, "No, not her, not her, not her. I've never lied to you." And then she says, "You've lied by omission. Omission is treachery," which again I think is bullshit to some degree. But like I think omission is still lying, but it's not always treachery.
Sure.
Like, but then that you said it earlier, right? And she's like, "Oh, but you brought Joyce to meet your parents," and he goes, "She's different."
Right.
And again, why is she different? And that's like the turn. That's when like we looked at each other and we're like, does Brittany Murphy not end up with Ron Livingston?
Right. Exactly.
And
I kind of was blown away that it didn't turn around being like, these people are my past, you're my future. Like that wasn't the line.
no, which would have been like,
And you know what I
predictable.
said? And I said to you, does she not end up with him? And you go, you know what? If she doesn't, I'd be really happy.
yeah, I was actually very happy. So
Me too.
The movie ends. She's
It
not
subverts-
with Ron Livingston.
It subverts your expectations.
I agree. I dug that. I really did.
Me
I
too.
like that. I like that quite a bit. She goes through a little something there, and then she goes through something like where she's like on the street and she runs into Bean.
Well, it's the weird fucking non-linear storytelling where we see her at the end of the movie, at the beginning of the movie.
Is that when she runs into the ex-boyfriend?
It's just right before that. She's
Yeah.
crying in the car, and then we have the whole story, and then at the end of the movie, she's crying in the car, and then she drives up to the coffee place, which is Bean's coffee place.
Oh, so she runs into Bean, who was like, "How do you know we're not meant to be together?" At the beginning of the movie, when they break up, and then she's like, "Oh, this is a sign we're meant to be together." And I'm like, "Wait, is she like that's too easy? Is she gonna get with him and like they're gonna end up
I
together?"
actually got really upset by that. If like that was what was gonna happen, I was like,
Right.
what the fuck?
And then it's another little swerve. Nope, he's married. He's super happily married. He met the person of his dreams. He like found his happy ending or whatever
he
they were
started
saying.
his coffee company. He's got a child on the way.
Yeah. And then she's like, shit. And she gets really upset and then she bounces. And then I don't know. It just kind of like flashes to her moving to New York City.
Which is just outside of where she was. She
was in
they were
Jersey City,
right?
I think. Yeah. And ultimately, the movie ends with her getting a job working for
Diane Sawyer.
Her
hero. Her hero.
And at the very end, she meets
Brandy Carlisle.
No, not Brandy Carlisle.
Not Brandy Carlisle.
It's not Brandy Carlisle. It's Carly Simon.
I was thinking of Brandy Carlisle.
I know. Their names sound a little bit alike.
Not even a little bit.
Kind of.
They have eyes.
I'm trying to help you.
I just really like Brandy Carlisle.
So she meets Carly Simon, who again. So that was one of the things throughout the movie that tonally was kind of weird because it was kind of funny that she had this like obsession with Carly Simon, and did I say Brandy Carlisle?
No, you said Carly Simon.
I said Carly Simon
Yeah.
both times. So she she has this weird obsession with Carly Simon, and it's actually like kind of funny, but it's like kind of this unearned weird connection. I think it's meant to endear you, but ultimately like, it doesn't like really matter. Like
she's singing it a lot. She sings it in the bathroom stall.
I think she sings twice. So she sings Carly Simon with her mom, or three times. She sings Carly Simon with her mom towards the beginning, I think. She sings Carly Simon when she goes away to college, when she's all stressed out in the bathroom. Wakes up the door and pisses everyone off, but the scene is kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then she sings later, laying on the bathroom floor of the apartment, and it's like a music video.
I thought it was kitchen.
I think it was the bathroom.
Okay. But that's when he comes home from his trip too.
Right.
He hears her from the outside singing
Carly Simon.
Thank you. I was going to say Brandy Carlisle again.
Right. No, just still just Carly Simon.
Okay. It's okay.
And the singing was fine, but
She
those
actually was
scenes,
great.
her singing is very good.
Is that her, do we think?
I think so.
Okay.
I would guess so. Yeah.
Was this a backdoor
audition
for her to get a single or some kind of an album?
Like, are you saying she should have been in Crossroads? Like, she should have been like...
I mean, she probably could have done like the Trailer Park Girls role.
No, she would have been Britney.
No, she couldn't have been Britney. Britney was Britney. This movie was written for Britney. When was Crossroads again? What are you humming? Here we go.
Every time we turn the lights on. Did you just unzip?
No. You unzipped. Shut up.
Zip that back up. Thank you. God. So,
she's singing on the bathroom floor.
Yeah, she's singing on the bathroom, and like whenever the singing happened, it made it very dramatic. It made it super dramatic.
Yeah, you're right. It was
Also,
melodramatic, if anything.
Also, there's a hyper dramatic scene where she's at the hockey game with Joyce. Joyce, what are you doing at Joyce's house? That's so God every time. She's at the hockey game with Joyce, and Derek, Ron Livingston, calls Joyce, and she sees Joyce on the phone with Derek, who she knows is her ex, giggling, and she gets like, I couldn't bear to watch her giggle talking to my man, blah, 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 blah. But, like, she didn't know he had a girlfriend or whatever else. And, like, she's even-handed with her analysis. But ultimately, in the next scene, she shows Joyce the video of Lulu saying that Ron Livingston may have cheated on Joyce with Lulu.
Specifically, the fact that he was mocking Joyce to Lulu, being like, oh, yeah, she's obsessed with me, when she would, like, call and leave messages and stuff.
Right. Which, again, like at the end, if he's supposed to be with Joyce, how does Joyce go back to that?
Oh, you can't.
You know,
if you're Joyce, you need to stand the fuck up.
You cannot.
Stand the fuck up, girl.
So, like, that was like a 3-minute scene that was super dramatic.
This movie's like an onion. It's got so many layers.
The music got really dramatic, and like her acting was convincingly really super dramatic.
Yeah.
But it was not what I wanted from the rest of the rest of the movie was actually like pretty light and kind of fun and like kind of a romp about her like kind of like being like a little bit nutty, like about like diving too deep and not just confronting him earlier on and like kind of digging and sleuthing around like
she was in too deep and she was trying to keep up above with her head instead of going under.
Again. Is that a Sum 41 song?
Oh, you bet, bud.
Boy.
All killer, no filler.
Yeah. No, there were too many directions this movie tried to go. That's ultimately my complaint. But
I mean, and here we are at the end of the podcast and barely digging into the totality of this movie.
I got some stuff. I said some stuff. I thought some stuff.
I mean, we hit some notes.
What would you recommend this movie?
I don't know. I gotta tell you, I don't know. I kind of want other people to see it so I can have a conversation with them about it.
So you can really dig in.
Yeah, but like in an enjoyment way, no.
Yeah, I don't think I'd recommend it to anybody. I don't think it's bad. I don't think I wouldn't tell anyone like, oh, don't waste your time.
So here's the thing: I wouldn't tell strangers to watch this movie, but I think I should tell our friends to watch this movie so we can have just a conversation about it. I need to talk this out a little more.
Coffee clutch sort of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Do you think this movie died? This 2004 movie?
Yeah, I haven't. I mean,
this 2004 Palm commercial. Do you think it died?
You're the expert, but I would say yes.
Yeah, I think it's. I've never been encouraged to watch. I've never seen it on TV. I've never.
Aside from our friend who recommended this, Brie. Aside from Brie, I would never have even thought about putting this movie on our list.
No, never.
Also, Gavin Rossdale, didn't see him show up.
No idea. I have no idea what Gavin Rossdale looks like. I'm going to shoot you straight. So.
Okay.
Next.
Next.
What you know what?
Let's do Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. What was the Rotten Tomatoes score? What do you think? What do you think it was as you're pulling it up?
I would say probably like 25%.
I mean, I was going to say 30. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, here we go.
What do we got? Rotten Tomatoes says
22%.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yikes.
That's the tomato meter, of course, the critic score. The audience score, not much better, 37.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
We've seen a lot worse.
We've seen. Well, I've also seen like out of the movies we watched so far, there have been several where I've subjectively been like, no, this was
this was wrong. Incorrect.
At no point during our watch of this movie did I think it was like a waste of time. Plus, I like Brittany Murphy. I like Ron Livingston. Like, I like Rashida Jones.
I kind of just kept turning to you, being like, I don't know what it is, but like, I don't hate it.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think this is a quote unquote chick flick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like entirely.
It's a rom com. It's a rom dram. It's like
it's a rom com dram. With a female lead.
Yeah. It's really great Brittany Murphy work.
I like the turn. I mean, as much as like I didn't expect it, I like the turn at the end.
I did too. Actually, I was surprised by it. And I
think it injected something different into the movie entirely.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm surprised we don't see more Brittany Murphy. Like, I mean, obviously, rest in peace now.
Like we haven't watched more Brittany Murphy,
right? Like, I'm surprised she's not in more chick flicks. Like, what you mentioned one earlier.
Just Married, Uptown Girls.
Uptown Girls is the other one I was thinking.
I think there are a few others. But yeah, this was probably about 5 years before she passed. I think she passed in 2009.
2009, correct. Rest in peace.
No, but she was good. And it's funny because like you see her in Clueless, right? And like she's like 12 in Clueless,
right?
And she is like her character is silly in Clueless.
Well, she's a caricature.
I don't know stuff, But then like you see this, and she actually has range in this.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I don't think that this movie needed all of that range.
I would agree.
But like, I think she was very good at in the drama scenes, and I think she was very good in the comedic when she's getting dragged around by the dog and shit. Like, that's all funny.
The moments I didn't love it is when she was by herself and she was acting off of herself. And I don't think that's like anything to say about her. I just think that it like maybe the tone of the movie didn't really need it.
A lot of those were like kind of the more dramatic scenes too.
She's talking off the dog or whatever.
Yeah, talking to the dog when she's going through the box.
Right.
I was like, no,
that scene I didn't.
Not spectacular.
Did you have a favorite character?
This is the dog, is Bob.
I'm gonna say Ira.
I was very funny.
I like Kevin Sussman. He's funny, and it's like you kept saying you didn't really love how the movie was shot, and I don't disagree. It kind of was shot like a daytime television show.
It was all over the place.
Yeah. I liked the writing. I thought the writing was really good.
It was quick.
Really tight and quick. Yeah.
You at one point said it like felt a little bit like just the
Gilmore
dialogue
Girls.
felt like a Gilmore Girls episode, which is not an insult.
No, I agree. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm saying like it felt tight, like that, like the lines were coming and it didn't feel unnatural.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, where would you put this on your list?
I would agree. I would probably put this
aggressively medium.
It's definitely lower half.
Okay.
It is probably just below Sweetest Thing. So it's going to be my new 26. So it will be just below the Sweetest Thing and right above Spice World.
You
Spice
just
World
keep
will be my new
pushing
27.
Spice World down and down into the depths.
Well, that's what you do with garbage, Matt. You tamp it down.
No.
You know, you push it down. You want to conserve
You
space in the garbage
you want to
can.
raise up the beauty. You want to bring the diamond in the rough to the top.
No, like garbage bags aren't free, so you just want to tamp and just push the garbage to the bottom of the bin, you know? So, yeah, so this will be my new 26.
What's this movie called again? Little Black Book. Got it.
So Little Black Book will be my new 26. Spice World will be my 27. Sweetest Thing is still just above it with 25. My number 1 is still Moonstruck, and my number 32 will now be Made in Manhattan, as it always has been and forever always will be.
I kind of felt like this might have been the one.
No, it's not.
I mean, no, it's not.
There's
It's
no way
definitely not. But like before watching it, I thought it might have been the one.
Where do you put this episode?
I'm going to put it at my new number 18. So it just beats out The Holiday, and it's just below Legally Blonde.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I will say
that's reasonably high praise.
If
Really?
If we ever redo it, I may rethink that. But at the moment, that's where I'm feeling it right now.
Holly Hunter really sucked you in, huh? That Holly Hunter reveal really gotcha.
It got me. It was a nice turn. My number 1 is Devil Wears Prada, and my number 32 will forever and always be Made in Manhattan. Probably though.
So it is written.
And until we watch Geely, and then we've got a problem.
Jesus. All right. Do we have anything else in this movie?
Do we hit the bet? We hit the beer. We hit the premise of the movie.
I think it's all wrapped up like a nice little like a burrito.
Rabito.
Like a gift wrapped present, like a present.
Like a Rabito.
Like a burrito or a present.
Rabito.
Okay. Or like an infant in swaddling cloths.
Really anything you can wrap.
So that about does it for this episode of Drunk Guys on Chick Flicks. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much, Bree, for checking us out and recommending this movie. We never would have watched this otherwise, and it was actually interesting.
It wasn't bad.
So thank
you.
you.
It was an interesting addition.
If you guys want to reach out, we're at drunkguysonchickflicks@gmail.com, at DGOCF on Twitter, Drunk Guys on Chick Flicks on Instagram. There's some sort of Facebook, not really sure about it. You can listen to us on YouTube, not sure why you would, but if you search Drunk Guys on Chick Flicks on YouTube, you can find us there.
Spotify, Stitcher, all of those things.
Yeah, Spotify, Stitcher, and Apple Podcasts, whatever you're listening to us on right now. So that's cool.
We wouldn't hate some reviews. That's always good for us.
Yeah, listen, rate, review, and also
send us messages. We take everyone's opinion.
Recommend whatever. Yeah, we'll do a movie you like or a movie you hate.
Case in point.
Case in point. This is hey,
right. Hey, you guys.
So, Matt won the bag. He's gonna pick next week, and we'll see what it is. See you guys next week. Thanks so much.
Goodbye.